Welcome to Lore and Lantern, old tales, new adventures. Here, familiar stories are reimagined, retold, and brought to life in voice and wonder. Tonight, we travel to the far east for the legend of the Chinese Zodiac. Perhaps you've heard the story before, how the Jade Emperor chose 12 animals to mark the years and honor their special traits. But this time, we'll be listening through the ears, eyes, and whiskers of one special participant, Cat. Quick, clever, and depending on whom you ask, unfairly cheated out of a place among the 12 winners. Are you ready? The lantern's lit, the chapter unfolds, and a tale begins. The Legend of the Great Race, as told by Cat. It is a well-known fact that my greatest enemy is rat, and has been for thousands of years. It is assumed that we have been enemies since the beginning of time, but the truth is, we used to be best friends. Let me explain. You've all heard the legend of when the Jade Emperor held the greatest race of all time. There were 12 winners, each awarded a special year around the sun, and all greatly blessed by the emperor. Everyone knows that Rat took first place, but what they don't know is that it should have been me, and now it is time for the world to know the truth. You see, like every other animal in the Jade Kingdom, I signed up for the great race. I knew I had a good chance, except that I cannot swim, and the finish line was just beyond a large river. "What are we going to do? I'm afraid of water," cried my best friend and roommate, Rat. "We must stick together," we agreed, making a plan. "We are the smartest and the fastest. I'm sure we will approach the river first," Rat explained. "Then we will wait for Tiger or Dragon and convince them to carry us across." "Why would they do that? They will know we are trying to take first and second place," I argued. "We will promise to let them have first, and we can tie for second. Trust me, no one is as cunning and clever as I. Just let me handle it." The day of the great race finally arrived. Rat and I were first in line, and when the race began, we reached the river first, just as planned. Unfortunately, and to our surprise, we didn't see Tiger or Dragon behind us, but Ox. "I should have known," whispered Rat. "Ox is the strongest, but we will never convince him to give us a ride. When I say go, we jump on his back. He is so focused, he will never notice." As Ox approached the river, Rat took my paw and whispered, "Go!" and we leapt forward, grasping Ox's tail. Rat scurried up the back as I held out my paw. "Help! I'm slipping!" I cried, but Rat did not reach out to help me. "I'm sorry, but I must have first place," she said as she scurried ahead and jumped over Ox and across the finish line. I lost my grip and splashed into the water. "This is the end," I thought as my head went under the crashing waves. I couldn't believe I was going to drown thanks to that dirty rat. Suddenly, I felt something sharp around my neck, and I was lifted from the water. I was plopped on the ground, coughing and gasping for air when I looked up to see Tiger. "You saved me!" I cried, still coughing up water. But Tiger said nothing and pounced across the river and into third place behind Ox. I sat on the edge of the river, wet, cold, and furious at the betrayal from my best friend. I was so angry I didn't even want to finish the race. Just then, I looked up to see Rabbit hopping toward me. "What happened?" she gasped. "The same thing that will happen to you if you try to cross that river," I snapped. Rabbit giggled and to my amazement, she hopped from rock to rock, over floating logs, and right into fourth place, without even getting wet. "How can this be?" I whined. "Even silly Rabbit placed ahead of me." Then, all of a sudden, I felt a strong burst of wind from above. I looked up to see Dragon swooping down into fifth place. "Ha!" I scoffed. "Big, strong Dragon, who can fly, only came in fifth place. The Emperor will be disappointed in you." Or so I thought until I heard shouts and cheers from the finish line. Apparently, Dragon was only late from having stopped to save an entire village from a fire and was being given an extra special blessing. Maybe if the Emperor knows of Rat's betrayal, he will disqualify her and give me first place. Yes, that will teach her a lesson. I will do just like Rabbit and jump from rock to rock, but slower, careful not to slip. Just as I was gathering my courage to cross, I felt the ground starting to shake. I turned to see Horse galloping straight toward me. I scrambled aside just as she sped past, whipping her mane in the air. "She thinks she's so great," I muttered, just as I noticed a shadow slip into the water and coil around Horse's hoof. She reared back, screaming at the top of her lungs. "What was that?" she cried, frantically splashing around in the water. Of course, it was only Snake, popping up with a proud smirk. "Scared ya," he hissed, slithering into sixth. Horse trotted slowly across the river, taking seventh place with her head held low, embarrassed. "Ha ha ha! Serves you right," I shouted, trying to catch my breath. Up next came Goat, Monkey, and Rooster, lugging a small wooden raft. "Mornin' to ya," nodded Goat, plopping the raft on the ground. "And just what do you three think you are doing?" I asked. "If you go together, how will you decide who takes eighth place? Goat will take eighth because he built the raft, and I will take ninth because it was my idea," explained Monkey. "And I'm rowing us across," crowed Rooster. "And I'm taking 10th place, and we have no more room." "Just wait. Goat will betray you both, and you'll be stuck here with me," I called after them as they sailed away. Surprisingly, Goat did not betray them, and they crossed the finish line 8, 9, 10. "Well, I can still take 11th place," I sighed, just as Dog came running up behind me, barking, "Out of the way, move it, move it!" I dashed aside. "It's my turn!" But Dog was too busy splashing across the river to hear me and stole 11th place. There was still last place, the 12th year around the sun. That's better than nothing, I thought. I took a deep breath as I stepped out onto the first rock, then the second. "I can do this!" "Excuse me," oinked Pig, swimming past. No, it's my turn! My turn! Come on then, this is fun!" I knew if I rushed, I would slip, fall, and drown. Before I had time to take another step, Pig waddled into 12th place. I couldn't believe it. I'd lost, truly lost. The Emperor congratulated all the winners and the party began, without me. So, as you can clearly see, it's entirely Rat's fault. All of it. She betrayed my trust, and this is why we can never be friends again. Although, I must admit, over the years I've come to enjoy our little rivalry. Sometimes the chase even feels like a game, just like the old days when we were best friends. In fact, it's my favorite part of the day, but Rat can never know that. So you must never tell. The end.